Today I fucked up by telling my son to look up porn. Well, 2 days ago, but my kids are learning at home. While I help them with basic stuff, any other extra things I tell them to look it up. Example: mommy, what animals lay eggs? Look it up. Mommy, what's the weather like in Florida? Look it up. Today my son, 11, asked after reading a meme, mommy, what's a threesome? Look it up. Now in my defense, I thought he said tree swing. I walk eye on him using my phone stupidly with no parental locks, open to images of threesomes. It was less than 5 minutes, but my poor buddy, ha 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 ha. My husband thought it was hilarious when I told him. I feel so guilty. He had a lot of questions afterwards, which opened up a decent conversation about sex and reproduction that we were waiting to give in a few years or so. And everything has parental locks on it. Too long didn't read. I told my son to Google the word threesome. Whoa. Went to bed and woke up to this many likes. Thanks guys, smile. That's how you were made, son. And daddy's best friend was there, too. Good recovery there. Teachable moment. Some questions. You need 2 men to have a baby. Why was it in her mouth? Why was she wearing shoes? What was that stuff? Why was there hair on her part? His dad explained a lot. I took the younger kids for a walk during the man-to-man part. My husband won't tell me the things he asked. My son swore him to secrecy, but he said it was about erections and other bodily functions. 11 years old is a good time to be honest. Better you teaching him than the rest of the world. 11 is the age kids learn about that stuff. He's fine. Same thing my husband said. Apparently my husband, saw porn at age 8. He is number 6 of 10 kids, 9 boys 1 girl, lol. Speaking from personal experience as a former 11-year-old, that's definitely not too young for the talk, so to speak. I got the talk when I was 15. Dad came in and said, son, I think it's time we had a talk about sex. I looked at him and said, you've got 3 kids. Surely you know how it works by now. Then everyone clapped. Today I fucked up by accidentally using Pavlov's psychology on myself. So obligatory this didn't happen today, but sometime around 5 years ago. I, 19M, attended a high school about 20 minutes by car, but having a younger sibling and both parents working more than full time, I had to get myself to school. The train was the easiest option, with no school buses running close to my place. The train was taken by students from many schools, who for some reason or another always seemed to be cooler than me and my mates, so I took every word they said as gospel. One day I was on the 20 minutes train ride home from school, and this guy was telling some, I now realize, likely bullshit, story of how he sprained his hand. He recounted to us younger lads how he was fingering some chick and she sneezed, supposedly contracting her whole body and getting his fingers stuck inside, now sprained. Now, being the horny F14-year-old I was, I thought this was fucking hot. I had discovered porn, but for the most part liked to wank by myself and my own imagination. Here's the problem. Being a 14-year-old, socially awkward Christian boy who went to an all-boys school, there was little in the way of imaginative content that came my way, so I latched onto this. Most days, for several months, this would be my imagined content for my nighttime masturbation. In essence, when wanking, I thought of sneezing. One day, I don't even remember when, I started sneezing. I had no idea why, not understanding the implications of what I was doing at all. Now, 5 years later, I still sneeze without fail, even when thinking of being horny, and in turn, any sneeze I have turns me on. I bet any future wife of mine is in for a big surprise. Too long didn't read, wanked to a bullshit story about sneezing. Now I sneeze when I'm horny and horny when I sneeze. Edit. I thought I should add after the comments I've received that I genuinely had no idea about the genetic link, and so I spent 5 years convinced the above story was the cause of the sneeze. Thank you Reddit for your infinite wisdom. I no longer worry about the power of my own brain. Achoo, bless you. Do you need a tissue? Cause I do. You need 2 Kleenex when you sneeze. Carry around 2 boxes. One for your nose and one for your hose. Bless you. Pavlov also said that you can return this conditioning the same way you achieved it. Use another stimulus, works better when this stimulus is similar to the other, and wank to this. There will be 3 possible outcomes. 1. You don't get horny when you sneeze and vice versa. 2. You get horny when you sneeze and when you think of the other stimulus. 3. Nothing changes. Sadly, I learned this theorem in German and not English, so I can't describe it that good, but as long as I know that's how it works. If you really want to get rid of it, just look into classic conditioning. It's not that hard to understand and is exactly the theorem you encountered. Thank you very much. Point came, no pun intended, across well, and it's safe to say I will be attempting this in the future. Today I fucked up by walking into my husband's work conference naked. This just happened about an hour ago. I was actually getting dressed and ready for working at home today. My husband was working in our office and let me know he would be on a phone call. He also asked me to make him a smoothie before he had to leave to go into the office for a bit this morning. I was in the middle of fixing my hair, naked as I had just gotten out of the shower. But I knew he had a busy day and sometimes forgets to eat, so I wanted to make sure he ate and was ready for his busy day. I go and make the smoothie, still naked as I'm in the middle of getting dressed, and bring it into him, not realizing he was on a video conference call. Sat it down on his desk and he just turns to me with the most scared look on his face and pushes me away. I then realized I was butt-ass naked on his camera in front of his CEO, my brother who also works with him, and a whole team from India. They all saw. We will get shit for this for a while. I'm going to go crawl in a hole forever. Too long didn't read. I walked into my husband's video conference naked and they all saw. Edit, when I say getting dressed, I mean getting ready. Just to clear up any confusion. Edit part 2, everyone seemed to laugh it off. Brother gave me shit, hubby is okay and laughing, all is well. I wonder if the boss will schedule more or less calls in the future. Boss, John. I'd like to talk to you about that VP spot that is opening up. Perhaps we can discuss it via video conferencing tomorrow morning? There's a bounty out for the screenshot, so at least he's not in trouble. Well, any work-related events with A+1 should be fun from now on. I'm never going to another Christmas party. I'm sure a lot of surreal shit has been seen on conference calls in the last few weeks. My most recent one was on a video conference call with the director of my company, a client's architect, and the client, junior design engineer, dressed smartish, made sure to sit at my desk. My boss shows up in his pajamas at the kitchen table. The client, also in his pajamas in what looked like his bedroom. The architect was sat in his garden, lovely day, sipping some sort of cocktail and playing with his dog. It's been a weird few weeks. Yikes. Do you know if the conference was recorded? Fortunately, I don't think it was.